everyone, this is Professor Benjamin, and in this video I'm going to show you how we are going to do part 2 of our assignment. So far we've been working off of this Excel sheet here, but it correlates to the Word document that you have in this module, which is right here. So you would have filled in this first portion with the information that we found in the past video. So if you have questions about how to find number killed or percentage or the census percentage, you want to watch the videos that can be found in the PowerPoint Technology in Criminal Justice data sets. And then what happens is here we're going to start looking at, as of August 2nd, 2016, what percentage of each racial ethnic group that were killed by police were unarmed. And so that's what we want to find out is how many individuals of this percentage here were unarmed. So remember, we found right here the percentage of individuals that were shot by police, correct? Of each specific race or ethnicity. And now we need to find out what percentage of these individuals were unarmed when they were shot by police. And so that's what we're going to do here in this Excel spreadsheet here. We're going to find out the total unarmed. We're going to use a couple of the same tools that we use doing COUNTIFS, but we're actually going to use COUNTIFS this time. And remember, it's super important that we find out this kind of information because this is the information that, when you get into heated debates with individuals who have their opinions, you really want to have this factual basis to talk about, to say, well, listen, yes, 48% of white people were shot by police as of August 2nd, 2016, but of that, this many were armed and this many were unarmed, so it's a really good discussion for you to have. So this is what we're working on right now. Now eventually you're going to type in the answers here, and then remember, this document is what's going to be uploaded to Canvas, but I need to walk you through the steps because you're going to use these same tools for your final project, and we're going to repeat this same experiment multiple times this semester. So it's important for you to learn how to do this. So let's go back to our spreadsheet, and we're going to learn how to use the COUNTIFS tool. Now, if you're using Excel, it's a little bit different, and so if you're using Excel, there's another video within the PowerPoint that tells you how to use COUNTIFS if you're using Excel. To be honest with you, it's easier if you're using Excel because the COUNTIFS tool in here is, you have to do a little bit more manual labor. In COUNTIFS, when you're using Excel, boxes pop up for you, but unfortunately because it has a little bit of limited tools in Google Sheets, you actually have to type out the formula. I've done the first one for you because I wanted to show you the formula here. We're using COUNTIFS instead of COUNTIF because COUNTIFS gives us multiple ifs. Remember, we need to find out the race as well as those unarmed. So we're trying to find two ifs, and that's why we're using the COUNTIFS instead of COUNTIF. Remember, if you're just looking for one variable, then you're going to use COUNTIF. If you're trying to look for two criterion, then you need to use COUNTIFS because you're doing multiple ifs. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to walk you through it. I typed out up here the formula that we're going to use. And so I'm actually going to copy and paste this formula and put it below in the PowerPoint just so that you can copy and paste it back in. And then all you have to do is change the actual race ethnicity here, and it'll give you the totals. Because this can become complicated, but I'm just going to walk people through it for those individuals who really want to know how to do this. So I'm going to be in this box here, and I am going to click in insert, and we're going to insert a function, and this time we're going to insert COUNTIFS. So I'm going to go over here to COUNTIFS. So as usual, we go here, we go insert, we hit function, we go all the way up to all, we go to COUNTIFS, click on it, and here it is, COUNTIFS. So I need to tell it what my first range is. And so I need to kind of go back here and tell it what my first range is. And my first range is ethnicity. So we want to click on E. Okay? And just like we did in the past is we want to say comma. And we did this, remember, we did this when we did COUNTIF. So we do our first criterion. The next thing we need to do is we need to put a comma in because we need to tell it what the next data set is. So what's the next thing we're going to do? And if we scroll over here to our raw data, you can see here in N we have whether the individual is armed or not. So whether they were armed with a firearm or a non-lethal firearm or they were armed with a knife. That's going to be, we need to say that they were not armed. And what we're going to use to show that they're not armed is no. So as you can see here, no means they were not armed. So we need to do that. But the first thing we need to do is we have to put in here N. Because this is, remember, we did that here to find the ethnicity and race. We need to say we want that data set of N. So we need to click there to N. And then we can actually click back here and we can say no. So what we need to do is comma, no. And then we just hit enter and 45, that's not correct. Well, because we put white in there, but we can just change this here to the racial ethnicity group that we're doing. So here we have black, we have 26. And this might look like, oh my gosh, look at it. But remember, we have to look at the number of individuals that were killed and then of that. And then we have to look at, remember, overall how many individuals right here were the percentage. So don't worry, it'll all pan out. So let's walk through that one more time so that you have an idea of what you're going to do. Okay, so we're going to click in our next box, Hispanic Latino, and we are going to go to Insert, Function, COUNTIFS. Here we are. We're going to go back to our main sheet and we're going to click in the race. Remember, I'm clicking up here. I'm not clicking here. I'm clicking here. I'm going to click comma, Hispanic, Latino. Okay. Then the next criterion that we need to do is I need to put parentheses and then I need to say comma. And I need to tell it that now we're going to go down to this unarmed row. Column. Here we go. We click on it and then we need another comma. Don't forget your parentheses and your quotations because it's telling it. We go back to our calculations and we hit 16. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And then we need to find out the percentage killed. So just like in any other one. So I'm going to let you guys do these 3 yourselves because you have to learn how to do this. And if an error comes up and a strange number comes up, just pause yourself and think, wait, does this look right to me? And maybe redo it again. So clear out the box and start over again. And that's the best way to learn formulas. So then for our percentage kills, we're going to do the same thing that we did over here with percentage, and we're going to use these 2 numbers here. And notice that's why I added in these columns here to put this here, and I kind of pushed everything over. So to add a column, I just went right and I said insert, right, and then I just put in total unarmed killed and percentage killed. So you're going to want to do that first. I apologize, I forgot that step. You're going to want to do that first, and then you can put in the COUNTIFS in here. Now for percentage kills, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to say equals 45 divided by 303. We're doing 303 this time. Because this is the total number killed, and we want to find out how many of those were unarmed. We say enter, and here we go. We have this number here. Remember, then we're going to go up here to percent, and there we go. We want 1 decimal place, so we're going to kind of remove 1 decimal place, and remember I use that little tool here to decrease the decimal places. So here we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to take 26, oops, I forgot my equal sign, equals 26 divided by 156, and we hit enter. We then click on the box, we go up here to format percent, and then we say back 1, and we have 16.7%. Now when you look at this, 47.9% and 14.9% were unarmed, but look at this percent, 24.6% killed, right? And of that, look at all the individuals. And look, this is not that much of a difference. This is like way over half individuals were killed that were unarmed. So, or shot and killed actually, that were unarmed. So this is what we really want to look at is, do you see these numbers here, how important they are? Is that this is what this is showing us, that more than half of black individuals who were shot and killed by police were actually unarmed when they were shot and killed by police. So that's really an important number to have. 47.9% were killed, but 14.9% were only unarmed of white individuals. Okay, so I want you to complete the rest of this spreadsheet and submit it to me, and I will let you know whether your answers are correct or not, but I want you to make sure that you're working on this and figuring it out. So if you have any questions, of course, reach out and let me know, and hopefully this video helped you use COUNTIFS.